Hey guys, what's going on? It's your number one teenage commentator, SilentSkill here. And today, guys, I have a little story for you guys. If you couldn't tell by the title, it's why my parents think I'm gay, or at least one of them, or we'll get into that. Anyway, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the gameplay on the screen you're seeing right now is a turbine gameplay. If you're not blind, you could obviously see that. I don't do too good, but I don't do too bad. You know, the problem with me is I don't have a lot of time to get gameplays because, you know, really, I only play games during the weekend, and if you don't know, that's not a lot of time to get gameplays. So apologize kind of for the crappy. I apologize for the crappy gameplays. It's just it's hard to get gameplays. So anyway, into the story. So if you don't know, I kind of I have an Xbox and it's out in the living room. That's where I have it, that's where I keep it, and that's where I always play games, and that's where I talk to people on Xbox. That's where that's where the magic happens, you know. But anyway, so yeah, I was on this one day. Both my parents were home, and they were in this little room that's kind of secluded from the house. You can get to it in my house, you know, by a sliding glass door, and you can get in there and everything. And usually when the door's shut, you can't hear what I'm talking about on Xbox. So I'm rambling on. I'm going on and everything. And the door is, I presume, closed. And both my parents were out there, and the door was slightly open, just a little bit. And I was on Xbox, and if you haven't played with me, which usually I love to play with subscribers. I'm constantly playing with subs on Xbox. But if you haven't played with me, you wouldn't. If you have, you would know that it's weird. You can't explain it. I talk a lot of crap, but I kind of talk weird. You know how dudes are? I'm like, oh, I love you so much. So I was joking with this one guy, you know, talking about, oh, how much, you know, all the nasty things I would do to him because he saved me from dying when I was on a 10-kill streak. And I was telling him, you know, I would do some very naughty things with you. And my dad for sure knew it was Guy. And so I'm pretty loud, and I'm just yelling this into the mic. And I look back after one of my games, and my parents just standing there. And they heard everything. And literally, they took a seat and just waited to hear as much as they could. And so they're kind of starting to get a little suspicious at this point. So I called up a friend another day. This was about 2 weeks later, and my parents are still suspicious at this point. And so I call up a friend, and I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? And he's like, hey, and we have a conversation. By the time it hangs out, and I'm like, love you, brother. I'll talk to you later. And so my dad's downstairs, and he's like, what did you just say? Did you just say you love him? And I'm like, it's not what you think. It's what we say. And he's like, all right. So a few days pass, and he calls me down, and he's like, son, you like girls, right? And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, what? Yes, I'm pretty sure I like girls, unless there's something you're not telling me here, and stuff like that. So I just go upstairs, and I kind of ignore it, and I'm trying to not think about what the conversation that just went on, because my dad legitimately thinks I'm gay now. And so a few days pass, and once again I'm talking on Xbox, and my friend actually got this new girlfriend. And on the guy with Xbox, we were talking about my friend's girlfriend, and the topic of masturbation came up. And so my dad I thought he was asleep when this happened. He wakes up, comes into the room, and is just standing there and says, I heard all of it, and he heard me talking about masturbation to another guy. So yeah, that's pretty much why my dad thinks I'm gay. I'm pretty sure my mom knows I'm not, but I think but I know that's why my dad thinks I'm gay. But tell me about your stories. Tell me what you do with friends and stuff like that. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. I'll talk to you guys later, and peace.